Meet Angelo Mascali, a former high-ranking member of the Sant'Apollo Ercolano family of Catania, Sicily. Since his days with the Sicilian mafia, Mascali created his own criminal group, who also operated in Sicily. Over the past few months, Mascali and his group, that is primarily composed of family members who specialized in robberies, all began doing what they knew best. For instance, on May 8th, and June 20th, they lured two truck drivers to an office in Catania that specialized in scrap metal. The first driver was promised 10,000 euros worth of material, but instead, he was beaten and robbed of the cash that he was carrying. At one point, he was hit in the head with the butt of a gun. The second incident involved the driver who was owed 15,800 euros for previous scrap metal deliveries from a different company. After the driver collected his money, Mascali approached him with a gun and not only robbed the money he just collected, but an additional 500 euros that he had in his wallet. And it's not the robberies that make these arrests interesting, but the fact that Mascali is also a former cooperator. At one time, he was even given a life sentence as a part of different mafia trials. He began cooperating in June of 1998 and gave testimony at numerous trials. At one trial, he divulged, "I was part of the Sant'Apollo clan, which operated in the city of Catania. I was a clan leader, involved in murders, extortion, more or less everything. The murders I'm accused of are not a matter of fact, 30, 40, I don't know, 50, who knows." His testimony provided prosecutors to the clan's infiltration into public works between Sicily and Calabria. He further gave insight into the clan's inner workings and how leadership meetings were held. However, despite his placement into Italy's witness protection program, he was literally thrown out of the program in 2023 due to his committing robberies and carrying illegal weapons. This latest investigation was being conducted by the district attorney's office in Catania. The arrests were carried out in the early hours this morning. Mascali currently sits in prison with serious charges that will likely lead to him receiving substantial prison time given his prior record and the violent nature of the robberies. His latest arrest may also put to question his earlier testimonies and put those prior convictions into appellate courts. Let me know if you think a situation such as this, if a former cooperator should receive or face the same amount of time that he once faced. Thank you for watching and enjoy your day.